Okay, here is the last tree in our current selection, which is the apricot tree. This tree has spread a lot and is not really trained very well to its optimal shape. This one should be the open vase shape in the middle, but it is kind of that way. But you can see from looking up there, it's kind of not. So, but I think with a few tweaks we'll be able to fix that, I think. I've been looking at this one a little bit before, trying to figure out what's going on with it, or what to do, I should say, and what's going on, because there's lots of issues with its bark, which I've heard is kind of the norm for apricot trees. Susceptible to a lot of stuff. It's sensitive. Did not have fruit on it 2 years ago. Last year had a good crop. So hoping that we don't get that late frost that kills the blooms, because it's my understanding that that's the main problem with it. Here in Utah, it goes off. It blooms early, and sometimes frost kills all the flowers, which gives you no apricots. So we will see. So there's lots of issues with the bark. You can see there, and there, and there, and there, some goo coming out. I'm not sure exactly what about that, but hopefully nothing too serious and nothing that I can't fix or take. So there is a lot of limbs on this thing, and a lot of growth. Way too much. You can kind of see the way these limbs here are growing. Maybe you'll be able to see that. They're all growing away, because there used to be two ginormous shade trees where those piles of wood chips are, that we had to take down because they were getting over into the sewer and stuff. So literally the shade came out to here, and so the trees were growing back. But now that this is gone, there's all this room to expand over here, which is what I like to do. So my goals for this tree are to get it in the right shape. Number one, opening up the middle. Number two, train it to go this way more, and also to come more out into the yard. It's in this distance between the edge of the yard and the tree and that there in the fence. I would say if this were a plane here, that only like 10%, maybe 20% of the tree is in this plane. The rest is over there. It's all growing to the corner. Probably because of that big shade tree that was there, blocking all the sun, so it went the only way it could. But now that that's gone, I'd like to bring it back over here, because the problem is a lot of it is over the fence there. It's over the fence, and that is not where I want it to be. I want it to be over here in my yard, so I don't have to go walk around the fence just to go over there and pick it and prune it and all that stuff. Pick it up off the ground. It's kind of a hassle to do all that. And plus, it's growing against the fence. There's a place there, and there, and there. 3 places where it's touching the fence. A fourth that when it's heavily loaded, it will touch the fence. So try to get that under control. So as far as the main thing with the shape, I think I'm going to take this branch here, because it's pretty much growing up and over. If I take this out, that will open this up here, and then potentially this one here. It's quite a bit to take out, but it goes straight up, and then it's really high. So once again, 8 feet here, my fingertips. So we're talking about there. So all that stuff up there is 10, 12 feet or more. That's like up to 14. And when this tree gets loaded, it completely sags down. And that's definitely not what I want. I don't want it to break. I don't want it to be overloaded. And I don't really want to have to get a ladder, especially with this uneven ground here, and the fence, and this utility thing. It's kind of a real hassle to harvest it, so that's why I'm trying to get it under control. So I think if I take this one and potentially this one, that would open it up. It would be greatly opened up. It'd be wonderful. That's, I think, going to be the main thing. This one for sure. This one maybe. I might have to just, because of what I'm going to do with it this year, I might have to just take this one and weight this on this one and maybe just trim back some of the limbs that are so tall for now, and then next year take it to give it a year to spread it out, because it's definitely got a lot of growth and needs a lot of pruning because it's not been pruned and it is going crazy. And like I said, these are susceptible to disease and problems, and I don't want a dead tree, so I'm gonna have to do the hard thing. The other hard thing is the way this goes against the fence. So besides opening up the center, taking off the fence, getting it off the fence, I should say, is going to be a priority. The interesting thing about all the stuff I was noticing the other day, when you look at these ones are mostly these that look like this here. There's all these knobby things, and then, there's a bud, there's a bud, there's a couple there, a couple there, a couple there, a couple there. But when you look at the stuff over there, there are a ton of stuff. Let's see if I can get over here. So this is kind of what's over on this side. There's a few of these ones with this new growth. Here's some of the older growth with a cluster of buds. This is what's on this side, but what's on this side, there are just tons and tons and tons of these little clusters of buds. And they're red, and I'm guessing they're going to be flowers. But there are so dang many. It's just crazy. So I don't want to lose all this fruit, but I need to get it off the fence. It's rubbing right there. That's not going to be good. It's not good for the fence, not good for the tree. Have those bark issues. And over there, you can see the other one there. That one is also rubbing against the tree, the fence in there. So, one of the things I did notice, I was learning about that, if you'll notice this wood here, there's all those clusters of spurs that have the buds. And then, let's say from here to there, 3-4 feet, all those clusters, and then from there on out it's about 2.5-3 feet, and there's a lot fewer. And so I think what I want to do is recall that apricot's fruit on older wood, so luckily hopefully I'll be able to trim that there, lose that extra length, increase the stability, but not have to lose all this fruit, at least for now. The problem is, though, I do need to get it off the fence, so I might eventually have to lose all this over here just to keep it good. And this has to do with this angle. I don't know. I mean, I could put something there to move it. Unfortunately, this tree moves really easily for all this weight, which is my worry about its structural integrity. I could put something there to make it not rub, but basically it needs to grow on its own. And the problem is, it's kind of, because it's been supported by the fence, it's grown a lot thicker. These ones, not so thick. This one, because it's resting, I don't know if that's it, but it looks like that could be a contributor. So I'd be fine with this one and this one growing up there, hanging over a little bit, but not leaning on the fence. That one there, leaning on the fence, one over there and over there. So that is the challenge here, is the stuff growing against the fence. I said the big thing is that it looks like there is so many buds over there that might be lost, but gonna have to bite the bullet and cut it out. So I think what I was talking about doing was getting rid of this one here, leaving this one for now, we'll see. But definitely this year, probably take this one right there, because it is 100% resting on there. That gets rid of that. And seeing how that works. These ones, there were apricots hanging over the fence here, I remember. I'm guessing it might have been those ones that were just leaning down so much. I don't know which ones exactly it was, but it was there. So, okay. So I know I'm rambling, but probably going to take that one, clean out the center, that one for next year. Take that guy there off the fence. Look at trimming up some of that. And actually I think what I'm going to do right now is go out to the other side of the fence. Let's take a look from over there so I can see what it looks like.